Hey ghouls and witches, I am here at Universal Studios once again this week because there has been lots of construction coming up for scare zones and we have to check that out, don't we? It is Sunday, July 23rd. We are 40 days from opening night, guys. It is coming by so quick, so I'm sure there's going to be lots to see today within the parks. So without any further ado, let's get to it. As soon as we come in, there's these new lighting trusses right here. The entrance is down that way. There's the big Universal Studio store, and here are the two new lighting trusses, new this week. At the entrance to the Hollywood Scare Zone, we also have this structure put up that was not here a week ago. At the other end of the Hollywood Zone, there is also an identical structure as the other end placed here. Once again, like I said in the previous video, this zone in Hollywood is speculated to be the VAM 69 zone, themed around Woodstock. Over in the Central Park zone, we do have more structures placed here. This is speculated to be the jungle themed zone, so let's see what's new in here. This structure is new at the beginning of the Central Park zone. It was not here last week. This one's interesting too. It's kind of like at a curve. Maybe it's going to be connecting to something more up there. I need a quick shade break. It is so hot. I've been here under an hour and I'm already sweating through everything. Luckily this little fan is keeping me somewhat sane. Definitely bring a fan. If you like those neck ones you don't have to hold on to, those are great too. This one charges when you plug it into the wall, so that's great too. Definitely bring something. It's just so hot at the parks and we all know that it doesn't get any better until like January here in Florida, so definitely bring something to cool you down, stay hydrated, and all that. This isn't too HHN related, but they did open up this walkway in Springfield in front of the Simpsons ride more, which is fantastic. This was really close to the entrance to the ride, and it was just a really tight hallway to walk through. It has been speculated this year that the Death Eaters will be in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter during event nights of HHN 32, and there has been spottings of set pieces set up for them within that Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so we're gonna go check those out. So behind me is one of those set pieces that I told you guys about that is rumored to be the Death Eater set pieces for this year's event at HHN 32. I love how they added all the set pieces and just didn't put the Death Eaters into the zone, and just look like there's going to be some lighting coming out of this platform, I guess you can say, kind of giving that green effect, hopefully, like Hollywood has with their Death Eaters. Here's a smaller set piece set up for the rumored Death Eaters coming for HHN 32. I like how it's right in front of the death mark symbol right here. Kind of just fits together. So this is my first time using this camera in a darker area. I'm not too thrilled with it, but oh well. But this is another set piece set up for the speculated Death Eaters. It is a nocturnal alley, which I'm very excited for. It's going to be very, very spooky and scary here for them. This looks to be like another set piece set up for the Death Eaters. In the box, looks like we could put a fog machine, and we all love that HHN fog, and we would love to see it in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter zone. One of those smaller set pieces, again, looks like a fog machine, could be in this box for the event. Another set piece here for the speculated Death Eaters coming to HHN 32. Inside this crate, I do see some lighting effects in there hiding. It's a good use of these props to kind of make sure the lighting effects are not seen. There's some animal felts in there. Here's another set piece added to this area. It does look like there's some more lighting effects in this crate right here. Another set piece here. Again, I do see some lights hiding in this crate down here. Can you pick that up? I do like the pumpkin added to some of the set pieces to tie in that fall theming. Who doesn't love a good pumpkin? I I'm in front of the San Francisco area right now. Not much has changed since last week. We will take a quick peek over at what is up currently in the area. These structures right here do appear to be newer this week. And then we do have those tall lighting structures that were here last week already. Not much has changed in the San Francisco area since last week. That is speculated to be the Krampus zone, but until we see more set pieces put up in the area, we can't really lean more yes or no towards that zone coming to this year's event. I had stepped into the Mummy gift shop just to check out if they had any new Monsters merchandise, and things have moved around quite a bit. Last week, the stand wasn't here, and it was just a small stand with Monsters merch. It is still Monsters merch, and OMG, I need this. Oh wow. RIP my wallet, guys, and I need this as well. Wow. Thanks, Universal. If you know me, you know I love tiki mugs, and I love my Monsters. These tiki mugs are always so tempting for me to grab. There's a Frankenstein, and a Wolfman, and a Mummy. I believe that is the big Mummy, yes. I've seen them have more variations. I think they've just been selling out of them. I've seen a Dracula one before. So behind me is the massive stage area that came up that caused a lot of buzz on social media over in the New York area of the park. Here's a better look at her in all her glory. She is massive and very reminiscent of the stage area from the Zodiac Zone in Singapore. Right across the way from her is 2 lighting rigs and a platform also. So I did have to take a quick break from the heat over in my favorite hiding spot. If you know, you know where it is. I grabbed a iced peach green tea lemonade over at the Starbucks to try to cool myself down a little bit. I do have my fan hitting me right over here, trying to keep me cool. One fun thing to notice is that the Starbucks location that was previously located in the New York area is temporarily relocated over at Cafe La Bamba. It looks like they're doing renovations inside the Starbucks location over in New York, so if you need your caffeine fix while at the park, go to Cafe La Bamba. I do want to quickly talk about how I feel each location of the scare zone speculated is. So like if I believe where they are on the speculation map is where they're going to be at the actual event. So the first one I want to talk about is the Central Park location that is speculated to be the Jungle Zone. I strongly believe that's going to be jungle themed just because of how the structures are starting to look already and how they have those wires or cables connecting the structures to each other, kind of like a vine-like situation, and just like the weird curved structure. I don't know, it just gives me jungle vibes. Now with the whole Little Birdie told me and the whole speaking between the grapevine situation with the idea that Vamp 69 is actually going to be going over to the New York area while the Zodiac Zone is going over to the Hollywood area. Vamp 85 did take place over in the New York area of the park, and it did have, there's more space to be had there for a large stage area like we saw, and there's just more room to work with, whereas in the Hollywood area it's more of a narrow, not really narrow, but it's like, you know, just like a one long hallway, kind of wide too, but it's just there's more to work with in the New York area than there is in the Hollywood area. That being said, I know there's a speculated Vamp show to be going on in front of Mel's Diner. There's still no real construction of a stage there quite yet. So, but there is a stage over in the New York area that's massive, which a lot of people think that looks like the stage from the Zodiac Zone over in Singapore. But a lot of people are like, well, if it's Vamp 69 and it takes place in Woodstock, Woodstock needs a huge stage, which I don't know if they can fit a big stage like that over in the Hollywood section. For the San Francisco area, again, there's not much construction there besides the lighting rings put up. Until we see more like maybe set pieces or like stage areas set up in that zone, we're not really entirely sure what's going to be coming there. It's just a generic light fixtures up right now. And who knows, honestly, maybe the Horror Night Nightmare spec map is wrong and maybe we're not getting some of those scare zones. Maybe we are, we're not entirely sure. It's all speculation right now. But do I think Central Park is leaning towards a jungle theme zone? Yes. Do I think that the speculated Vamp 69 and the Zodiac Zone are gonna switch locations? I'm gonna lean more towards no, just because that stage in the New York section currently does look a lot like the Zodiac Zone from Singapore. So the similarities are just there, and I feel like I would like this Vamp 69 zone more in the Hollywood section of the park than in the New York section of the park. I assume this would be the area that the stage would be set up in for the Vamp show, if it is coming this year. If the Vamp show is coming this year to HHN 32, and if that is the area where the stage would be set up, I just wanted to show how far it would be from the speculated zone area for Vamp 69 and how close it is to the speculated jungle zone. And you guys know that sometimes that zone does empty out a little bit in this direction. There's sometimes prop pieces for that zone out in this area. So it may be a little conflicting to have a different themed show right there. I'm gonna take another AC break here with my favorite monster, Phantom, and check out a showing of the horror makeup show. I absolutely love how this lobby has information on classic Universal monster films and horror films. There it is. There's a still from the original Hunchback of Notre Dame film. Frankenstein's monster and his bride do have their own little display here. There she is. A little moment for Wolfman. And here's everyone's favorite creature. I stepped into Five and Dime for a quick minute of AC and just to look at how the Stranger Things merch is doing. As you can see, there's still plenty of shirts and hats available for purchase over at Five and Dime. It looks like all the sizes are still available. And there are also plenty of hats still available. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge these monster lunchboxes? If I had a need for a lunchbox, you know, I'd be grabbing one or two or all of these lunchboxes. I just want to do a quick check-in with the Jurassic Park tribute store. For those who don't know, in the past, tribute stores tend to leave little hints and clues as to what the next tribute store would be. And since this is our last one before we get to the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, there may be some clues hiding within the store.
Oh, really?
This was the first clue left in the Jurassic Park tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights. 090123 is the date of opening night this year for the event. There didn't seem to be any clues hiding within the Jurassic Park tribute store besides that date that I showed you guys, but there's still some time left for the tribute store to be open till it becomes the HHN tribute store, so make sure to keep an eye out. I know we'll be checking in on the tribute store to see if anything new pops up in there, but closer to them closing for their season, they should be adding some hints and clues as to what we may be seeing at the HHN 32 tribute store. I just wanted to take a second and look at her. She is gorgeous. She is a replica of the Triceratops used in the original Jurassic Park film, and she is just so cute. And I think I'm calling it a wrap here at Universal Studios for the day. I got stuck in a massive rainstorm and was stuck in the Jurassic Park tribute store for felt like forever, and got tricked into buying some sweets while I'm there. But I think we covered all the construction updates there were to talk about at this park. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think is going in each of these sections? Do you think it's the speculated zones that we've talked about, or do you think it's something else? Do you think Vamp 69 is going over to the New York section and swapping with Zodiac? Be sure to check out our previous construction update video and to like and subscribe. But that's all we got for today, guys. Bye!